Hey guys and gals on YouTube, how y'all doing? Dave Boyd here, and let's talk about the LEGO Star Wars ARC-170. Really great build. One of my actually favorites, and you can probably will be able to tell which is my favorite of the three that's now available. Let's go back to the year 2005, 7259, the ARC-170. Often from the sets from those years, there's a little bit of fragility, a little bit of fragileness in the sets. You'll note that there's missing pieces, so you may have gaps in places. Here's a front view. The minifigs are in the cockpits. We'll get to things as we go along. Side profile. Looks pretty good. Interesting use of the lance, I believe. Rear view. Nice throwback to trans neon orange. Although it does show propulsion, it's a good scene. I love this sloped, right from the very first set, they got this right. We'll get back to that in a second. Only have a single tail gun here, but it works. It's fairly sturdy, and it does work. One of the really cool features is this printed element here, and there's a little window here. This is actually clear with a printed piece over it. And through the window, you can actually see the hands of the minifigure. It's kind of cool. Now, for the play features, first of all, we have two trans blue bombs. They load right through here. And to release those, this lever on the back, you simply pull it out. There it goes. Had a hang fire for a second. All right. This gear also, when you turn it, it has a series of gears. It turns counterpart over, and the rubber bands give friction to the wings. And there it is, attack position. Looks good. Some of the negatives might be the open areas that show the gears and feels like part of the wing is missing, but you have to remember this is our first attempt. And you can just rotate it all the way through, or you can just rotate it back. Either way, the wing is closed, and let's take a look at this. Tiny bit of sag, but no big deal. Like I said again, this sloped area through here is great. I found you can just sort of hold it this way. Seems to be fine for swooshability. The two weapons that the minifigs came with are the megaphone blasters with the trans blue, light blue. Maybe the only real negatives is just this open area here, and it's kind of an unfinished look. But it's the first year. So let's go ahead and drop this thing down. Before I do, let's hold it this level. Now these cockpits here, they do tip. However, this front one has to be broken loose. I know. Let's go ahead and set this cockpit down here, or set the ARC-170 down. Let's go ahead and pop these open. Let's go ahead and go to remove a figure. And first thing you'll notice is, wow, how do you get them out of there? Well, that's kind of ingenious. This piece, unless you got the astromech droid here, these pieces here tip out. Snapped off. Well, you know, it's an old set. What do you expect? Okay, it tips open and allows easy removal of the droid, astromech, or these minifigures, even though they go full force steps down. Cool first-gen helmets with the holes in, standard black stud with your little Y three-way hole in the top. Printing on the back, although unnecessary, and nice color coding. Astromech droid is the first gen, so it just said weird printing on the top, no printing on the back, so we feel good about that because, you know, there's never been any need to have printing on the back, has there? It's all good. That's what imagination is for. You can imagine that there's back printing. And then just raise his arms up a little bit, and the arms slip very easily. And these things kind of close back over. I just broke the computer screen. Also, there are 2 printed screens in here, but only for the 2 guys in the back. And there it is. That took way too long, but nice looking model, good switchability too, and I think I like it, actually. Now, let's go further in time, or forward to the future, back to the future. Let's go to January of 2010, the Clone Wars. In my opinion, some of the largest and kind of full sets ever. 8088. Now this one we do have, you can already tell, a little bit of wing sag, which was not evident in 7259 from 2005, only 5 years before. Love the wheel used here, and those were also wheels on 7259. Those wheels, if you're into Rock Raiders, you'll recognize that. All right. You'll see these on the Juggernaut or the Clone Turbo Tank. Front view, side view, basically same build, but now it's done with rods, so there's no awkward handle sticking down. We got 2 guns on the back too, and they have full nice range of motion and can hold different positions. That's cool. Astromech droid. Got some stickers here now. Looks a little bit better. Actually, I hate to admit that it does. And we got this pink now, which is a lot more accurate for the thrust. Side view here. Also like to point out that we have these slopes here. Nice smooth finish. You can easily grab it here or grab it back here if you want. This is sort of a sturdy model, I will point that out. Don't have the bomb function here anymore. And no gaps or openings here. And the end is closed off properly. So it's a good looking build. Now, as before, this has got 2 functions. Let's start with the first one. Fires these out the front. I'm gonna go ahead and reload it just because I don't want to end up losing them. And they just go right down here. But there is no bomb function, but we have that, which is pretty cool. And this, as before, we turn it. And very similar operation, but smaller gears. And somehow a little bit, takes longer, but I think the effect is better. It's a stronger. And look at that nice, generous opening. I mean, this actually looks good. And I think that these being so large gives a very nice kind of attack craft look to it. It's a good looking build. Nice, pleasant model. Go ahead and just keep rotating the same direction, and the pendulums will come down, and the wings will close with the help of the rivets. We do, like I said, have a little bit of sag. This is actually considerably heavier. And still have the same exposed pieces up here, which, yeah. Now, before there was a clear piece, and this was printed as a window, but now it has a printed piece. It awkwardly shows the arm. It doesn't work quite as well, I don't think. So when we bring this down here, now the cool thing is, unlike before, all 3 of these are hinged. But the Astromech droid, he doesn't, those front parts don't fold out anymore. And still be happy that he doesn't have any pesky back printing. We don't really want back printing, do we? I mean, not really. I mean, that's where I could always, put my name or something on it. Kidding. Nice looking helmets. Beautiful printing. And they print the goggles or the visors directly onto the face. No back printing or no back of the head printing. No dual faces. Beautiful helmet though. Nice looking design. Clean and crisp. So you get 2 of your troopers. And you have Kit Fisto. This is after all Clone Wars, which was kind of good for having various. So there's your Kit Fisto. His head's risen up a little bit. It's cool to get Kit Fisto. Some people might say, well, I'd rather have 3 clones. I can always modify one, but it was a good way to get Kit Fisto. I don't know. I'm not sure. Everyone has different opinions out there. Nice, heavy, big, solid build. Great looking craft. And a real quick comparison. 7259 on top. You could probably put these in the same mug, although there would be some awkward moments, but still, I do probably like 8088 better, but both are very nice models. And then we have January 1st of 2025 with 75402. Now, I must point out right away, the mine has been modified. So we got the front view, side profile, very sturdy. Rear profile, and this is where you're going to see the modification part best of all. This one, as Lego sees it, comes with just a flat plates here, and a white one here, and a white one there, and then dark red. I changed this to dark red, and I put these slope pieces in because I just don't like that flatness. You might notice we don't have the dual guns anymore. Nice and closed off. Also, this has gone from green to gray, which is curious. Don't have the windows here anymore, and we don't have a bombing feature. What we do have, instead of the bombing feature, we do have the second gun, but it's not in the way that you might think, or even like. It's this way. That's okay though. Still got a good play feature. Oh, speaking of play features, you push this rod here over to actuate the wings. Now right away I said, they're not open far enough, but you can just gently push this down a little bit, push that up, and gets a little bit more of spread there. But it just simply doesn't seem to have the mass. Let's look at the minifigs. Again, all hinged. We'll pull them out of the back. Beautiful printing down the legs, but instead of having different colored legs, it just has printing, even on the toes. Back, nice printing. The helmets you'll notice are the same as from 8088, but recolored with beautiful printing. Goggles are printed on the head, no expression on the back, and they're done with multicolors, giving it more of a sense of reflection. It's great looking figure. Really do like the figures. We have control panels only in one place. It's right here. The other ones are just blank. Not sure what I think about that. The one part that I was a little bit surprised was how hard it is to get the droid out of here. You really have to tip both guys forward. Nice updated droid. Slight differences from 2010. Again, no printing on the back, so that's good. I always like to see things that I hate change, you know. I think we all do. So I was really worried that this time there might be back printing, but there wasn't. So I feel good about that. I like it when they know what what we care about. It's a pretty tight fit. And speaking about tight fits, this is, if there is an issue I have, it's this. And it's the same issue everyone always talks about. But the size difference is not really that big in the fuselage. Where it seems to be is in the wingspan and just the overall mass of it. The wings just don't open maybe far enough. But again, these wings are way sturdier. I wouldn't do this with the other models. And also, they've beautifully closed all this off, so it's not all opened up anymore like it used to be. 8088 is not as big of an offender of that. 7259, I mean, I can actually see you through there. Look at you, right through it. But it's the first year they made it too. So I like this model too. I like all three. The one I'm probably be the most negative about is this one, just because I had to modify this to make it look like Legos, and I had to put the little slopes on, and I think that that's something that Lego should have done. On the other hand, it's very parts heavy. It's actually very heavy, very sturdy, and probably is one of the best swooshability ones, except once again, because of the way it's made, I would not recommend holding it down here. I would do a top over the hand, or even this style, you know. I don't know. It feels sometimes funny at my age, you know, like what I'm doing. I'll be sitting at the bar, you know, talking to people, holding this thing. But realistically, this is probably a good place to hold it, you know, like so, or you could just go for the full hand under and supporting it and thumb on top, you know. I don't know. Either one works, I guess. But my favorite model is, without a doubt, 8088, the Clone Wars one, because I just like the feel, and I don't mind a little bit of a wing drag. I think it's amazing with the wings open. Of course, that would probably wear out your dart bands, but you know what? These are, I'm going to say it, and your Lego investors are going to hate it. They're toys or models, whatever you want to call them, but whatever, you know, it's okay. They say that playing around and reliving things that make you happy is good for mental health. So maybe more of us should be doing this. Maybe not in this community, but certainly some of those channels out there that are always talking about negative about people and about stuff. But anyways, one of the longest videos ever done. And as a little, I think, kind of a cool thing, I did actually find this too, which is cool. 7259's instruction book. Look at that. It's kind of cool. What I like most about these, not just instructions, but I like to go back in the past. And on this one, it does not disappoint. Lego goodness from back in '05. There's a famous snail tank. I mean, look at that. Some of the greatest sets ever. Right there from Lego. And you know what? You're probably saying, man, I wasn't around then, or this or that. And you know what? That's an excellent point. That's an excellent point. But the best thing about Lego, it's all right. You can go ahead and buy it on the secondary market or rebuild it from a lot or bulk lot, and you're actually saving part of history. You're literally rescuing something that had become unwanted. So you win, the set wins. Lego, I guess they win too, because eventually someone will buy the new sets, so that's cool too. There's also this rubber band back here, which I'm not crazy about, but I understand. But I think that they address everything best of all in 2010 with 8088. The newest set is sturdier, has more play value, but they just said about 2010 I like the most. And this is just full of nostalgia. This is just great. This is great because you're going, man, they did so much with so little back then, you know? Anyways, maybe I'm just a big fan of Lego sets and I'm just biased. Anyways, appreciate the views. Give me a thought what you think if you make it through to the end of this massively long video. Until next time, y'all stay safe, be safe. Good night, guys and gals. Ciao.